Oh, it really is beautiful today. Gorgeous day. But what I'm going to be doing this week is mostly using the old footage of how I started to insulate the V berth. It's not done yet. This carpet is going to come off and 30mm of closed cell foam is going to go up. I'm going to strip the paint off the chain locker, and I'm also going to insulate the chain locker just because it's quite a cold surface down there, so I think I can do something pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to carpet that or vinyl. I think I will carpet just because I think it'll look nicer. This I'm going to swap out for a slightly lighter type of carpet. Same type, just lighter. All the wood here, I'm going to sand it down and veneer it so it looks all new. Yeah, the wood underneath is all new. Still need to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal it with penetrating epoxy. Then I'm going to make little wooden blocks and put them all over, screw them down, and then put oak slats just to provide about a 20mm gap underneath. And then I'm going to run a 12-volt computer fan just to keep the air flowing underneath, because the wood that I took out, it was awful. It was really it was so delaminated. I was searching for a leak, and then I realised 44 years of people sleeping in here. I think it's just over time delaminated, so I want to try and improve the ventilation. But that's it. In the back, all down there is going to be, see, that's what I took out. That's the old stuff. I mean, that won't pull, but that's the old vinyl. And all that's going to have 20mm of closed cell foam and then vinyl over the top. It's going to be 20mm in the lockers, just because the closed locker space adds a little bit of a buffer in terms of insulation. And then where I'm going to be sleeping, or anywhere the hull is right next to where you're going to be, I'm going to choose 30mm with the, I think it's aluminium or mylar backing to it as well, just for an added little bit of insulation. But right, I will go ahead and use the old videos that I started. So the quality might not be all that good, but it should bring you up to speed. Right. So this was my first time getting into the V berth and dismantling it, just to try and get to grips with what work needed to be done. So I found that the vinyl backing, the foam behind the vinyl, it had gone to dust. It was a mess. It was everywhere. This is also when I realised that a lot of the plywood had delaminated, although some of it was still fine, so that's not a problem. There was bits of crud, and it was just a mess, really. Although one thing that I do regret doing is I came in, it was quite late at night, as you can probably tell, and I just wanted to hit the ground running, so I got the old vinyl, put it in a bag, I brushed up all the dust, put that in the bag, I sanded down to the fiberglass, and then went to bed. But the next day is when I realised the mistake I'd made. The vinyl that I took out, I should have kept it and that should have been my template for what was going back in. So if you do this yourself, make sure you keep the old vinyl if you can. It was such a silly mistake. It's just the dry fit, but I've painted, and then it's hard to get all the creases out, but it's the inside of a cupboard. I'm not too fussed. I've not stuck it down yet either, but that's the inside of a locker. That's the insulation, so that's nice and soft. That's been painted a nice white. Again, it doesn't, I'm seeing little bits like that thinking it needs another coat, but it doesn't need to be perfect. No one's gonna see it. It's only bright so that if you do need to get in the door and shine a torch, you can see it better. This is a little easier to keep clean, obviously that is as well, but I'm gonna stick it down in a minute, and then let's just see how it goes. If it goes well, I'll do that one, and that one. Then all that's left is to get the bits back, which I'm going to cut out a new plyboard. But that is it. I've got more of the soft stuff to go on here underneath the new carpet, because as you can see, there's just the hull, and I do want to keep it as cool in the summer and as warm in the winter as I possibly can, and now seems like the best time to do it if I'm ever going to do it. And now I put a nice thick coat on there, stops your nails catching on the fiberglass, easier to keep clean. When water out that little V at the top runs down out the chain locker, it now has a smoother surface to go on. But what the fella has done is he's put this block here, so all the water will come down here and it'll pool here and it won't be able to get past. So I need to raise the level of that so that it'll run straight down, and then provide a better place for it to go out of. So this paint here, I didn't think it'd all run down, but I'm not too fussed because I'm going to want to build that area up anyway. So that's it. This is what Josh has done so far. I think it looks nice. Considering the state of the mouldy boat when I got it, I think I'm doing alright. Right, okay, so my little theory with this is it doesn't need to be covered completely, providing there's a good seal around it and it's mostly covered. It's when you get gaps where air can get in and condensation can form. I believe that's the problem. So that's my little solution. Let's get it down. Right, so I've got one more piece in. Unfortunately, this piece wasn't quite as neat because it was a little bit harder. So what I've done, because I had to go around that, and I've cut the notch out for that in the wrong place, a little bit too much to the left, which meant there was a gap running along there, so I had to fill it with little pieces of foam. And because of that, I basically just glued this up, so I let the glue set in about 24 hours, just cut it flush. Same with all that, I'll just wait till it goes off. And the same with down here, nice trim, and then that'll be it. I mean, it is a locker, but I'd like it looking nicer, because I know it's stupid, but I'll know it's there. So sorry again for the low quality footage, but I thought it was best to use it just so everyone's up to date with where I'm at with the V berth. But going forward, the quality should be back to normal.